Hello, everybody. Welcome in to the Week 10 review. Notice something a little different over here I guess to your right, to my left. But that's Spencer. Cody is not going to be in with us this week. He is currently in Mexico on his honeymoon. So Spencer will be joining us. Spencer, you joined in for one episode. It was after the Ohio State Oregon game. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah, just briefly,
Yeah,
I guess.
so he's gonna be with me for each and every episode this week. He's gonna be giving you his best bets later. But this episode, we're gonna be reviewing the Week 10 action. Forewarning: Cody's wedding was this past weekend. Spencer and I were both at it. It was on Saturday. We did get to watch a lot of the early games, but did not catch a lot of the late games. So it's gonna be a abbreviated review. But the first thing I want to talk about is my Purdue Boilermakers. They did it again. Another win as an unranked team over a top five opponent. I think that's now 17 for us all time, which is just crazy. The next closest is like 11 or something like that. But they played well. The final score ended up being a lot closer than the actual game was. Like they played really well. Aiden O'Connell threw for like 550 yards. He's a confusing one. Like I like him, but then he'll have a game where he's like 50% completion percentage and throws like 150 yards. So I don't know. What were your thoughts on Michigan
Yeah,
State's
their
upset?
their offense seems to really know how to move the ball for Purdue. They uh they really just took I don't think Michigan State's pass defense is supposed to be good this year anyway, but I mean they just shredded that defense.
It's good when
And
we
defensively too, they held them to like a touchdown around every quarter.
the defense has
It's
been
not
the
too bad.
yeah the defense has been the most surprising thing for me as a Purdue fan and for the Purdue team this year. They've been really good. Offense has been hit or miss. Like there was a game where we put up 13 points on Illinois and won that game like 13-9 or something like that. Ugly game.
Yeah, the Wisconsin game was a little bit rough.
Wisconsin game was really ugly,
Ugh.
but when it's right and Jeff Brom draws up a good game plan, gets the ball in David Bell's hands, King Doru's a great back. We got a good team. We're not great. Hopefully, we're going to be in the playoff rankings, but I don't know. It's exciting. We got another one this weekend. We could do it again, but we'll talk about that in our preview episode. You're an Ohio State fan. You want to talk about that Ohio State Nebraska game?
So from what I saw from it, and I watched a review later, but I mean it looked kind of rough starting out. They started picking it up towards the end of the game and around the second quarter. Uh, I mean, and Jigba really lit up that defense without Garrett Wilson out there. I just think Nebraska is a better team than a lot of people give them credit for. I mean, they have a lot of close losses on the schedule that if all those are wins, we're talking about the top 10 maybe team.
They could easily be like in Purdue's situation right now, where like Purdue is now 6-3, I believe. I think Nebraska's like 2-7 or 3-6 or something like that. Like I saw
Yep,
Scott
3 and
Frost.
7.
Yeah, Scott Frost is like 5-18 in one score games. It just keeps happening. They
Yeah, they're bringing him back too.
yeah, I saw that. That's I feel like
And I think
go
I sent you something earlier this week about Martinez too. I think there's a chance that he could technically come back for another year if he actually wanted to play.
really get another
We were
another
talking about how he's just there forever. He's gonna be at Nebraska until he dies.
it literally feels like he's been the quarterback there for like 10 years.
It's crazy.
But yeah, Smith and Jigba was he was on pace. He was going for like the Ohio State single game record, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got pretty close. I don't think he broke it, but he got close to it.
Yeah, he had like 220, 215, something like that
Yeah, so,
yards.
somewhere in there. It's just really stepped up with a lot with Wilson out.
Yeah. Yeah, that was surprising. We still don't really know what happened to Wilson. I saw he was back in practice this week, so he should be back for this week's game. But that was
Yeah,
kind of
I, I
weird.
I think they're planning on him being back.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at least.
Another game that we were able to watch before the wedding was the Wake Forest North Carolina game, and boy oh boy, that game was so much fun. That's That was probably one of my favorite games of the year. So many points. I think the final was 55-58. North Carolina ends up upsetting Wake Forest. Both these teams are so much fun. I wish there was a little bit more defense because I'd take them a little bit more seriously. I'd like to see Wake Forest in the playoff hunt. I'd like to see North Carolina playoff hunt, but they just can't play defense.
No, they're just both offensively loaded.
Yeah,
Now that could get you so far, but if you go up against a real good team, it's not gonna quite do it. But
like
it was a really nice game to watch. It was just crazy.
I
I feel like every time I turned back and looked at the screen, there was another
another
touchdown
touchdown.
somewhere.
I had put money on the over in that game, and I was feeling pretty good after the first quarter when there was like 30 total points, and it's like 31-24 at half. That was one of the easiest bets I've made. I think we checked it late in that game. We checked like the live what the total was, and it got
Mm.
up to like 110 and a half at a point. It was insane. I had never seen an over under that high, but yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. I only have two more things I want to hit on from week 10. Was there anything else that you wanted to hit on?
No, I'm good so far.
All right. Notre Dame I don't have too much. I didn't watch this game, but I was surprised by the final score and with how well, especially Jack Cohn's playing. He had really struggled to start the season, and the reason I was really, really down on Notre Dame. I didn't think they were really good at all, but he's been really efficient, hasn't been turning the ball over. Kyran Williams has been a beast. He's a sneaky dark horse Heisman pick, especially in a wide open Heisman race. He's had like over 100 yards in 4 or 5 straight games or something like that. He's been really good. So I've been impressed with Notre Dame and how they played, especially on offense these last couple weeks. I get it's Navy, and their Navy's pretty bad, but I don't know.
Yeah, but Navy doesn't give you a lot of chances on offense
Yeah,
with how much they run the ball. So if you get some time to score out there, you better score. And looks like they did exactly that.
Navy's been like they're pretty bad this year, so like that's what Notre Dame is expected to do to them. But
Yeah.
historically, Navy plays that game pretty close with Notre Dame, so impressive win. Um, Florida, that's the last thing I have. I just have in my notes. I have Florida WTF because they got blown out by South Carolina on Saturday. Um,
Yeah.
not a great performance. I said it last week, but I think Dan Mullen's out at the end of the season. It's not been. Florida has so many resources. They should be so freaking good. They should be on that Alabama, Ohio State level, and they just aren't.
Yeah. They're kind of like Texas. You just think, man, they've got it.
Yeah,
They've got everything going for them. They should be good, and then just never ends up happening.
yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Quick little review from this past week. We didn't watch too much of the action, but touched on what we wanted to touch on. So, for Spencer and Dan, Cody says hello too. He'll be back next week. But go check out our preview episode for week 11, our week 11 best bets. And we're going to do a playoff reaction. We're going to do a playoff rankings reaction. Me and Spencer are tonight. We're recording this on Tuesday before the playoff rankings come out. We're planning on watching them live and recording our live reaction to it. So go check that out. But thanks for watching. We'll check you next time.